The highest Catholic leader, Pope Francis, will be visiting Indonesia from next Tuesday to next Friday as part of his apostolic visit to the Asia-Pacific region. For Pope Francis, visiting Indonesia will become his first time. However, decades ago, Pope Paul VI and Pope John Paul II visited Indonesia, each in the 1970s and late 1980s. The following is a brief on their visits to Indonesia in the past.
Pope Paul VI was the first Catholic Church leader who visited Indonesia from December 3 to 4, 1970. Indonesian people enthusiastically welcomed the Pope, while then-President Suharto greeted him at the Kemayoran Airport in Jakarta on the 3rd of December 1970. Afterwards, the Pope visited the cathedral in Jakarta to pray and meet with Indonesian priests and nuns. The Pope then met with President Suharto officially at the Merdeka Palace in Jakarta. During his visit, Pope Paul VI led a Mass at the Senayan Main Stadium in Jakarta, attended by tens of thousands of Catholics from across Indonesia. During the Mass, Pope Paul VI gave a sermon on Jesus Christ. Indonesian Catholics were enthusiastic again in 1989, when Pope John Paul II visited the country for 5 days, from October 9th to the 14th. Throughout his trip, Pope John Paul II met with Catholic people in Jakarta, Yogyakarta, Maumere, Dili, and Medan. Pope John Paul II said he was amazed with Indonesia's national philosophy, Pancasila. On October 9, 1989, Pope John Paul II led a Mass at the main stadium in Senayan, Jakarta, and met with President Suharto at the Merdeka Palace. A day after, the Pope visited Taman Mini Indonesia in the Cultural Park in East Jakarta, and met with Indonesian friars and nuns at the cathedral in Jakarta.